Now, I can't help it that I'm custom made. I can't help it that I look good, smell good, can dance all night long. I can't help it that I'm the greatest wrestler alive today.
Many of you are very talented, but if you really want to wow me today, you're going to have to show something extra. Little thing I'm calling heart.
I think his mom drank when she was pregnant or something.
Attaboy, JD. Hustle, hustle.
I believe in you, JD. Don't listen to those motherfuckers.
I know your heart's on the football field, but I need your head in history class, Mr. Vance.
Yes, Vance, yes.
That stupid freak. I'll never make the team. He's a loser.
Fuck you, Gavin. You and your dad are both gay.
Damn it, Vance, I wish I had 100 of you. If only you could get those godforsaken test scores up.
If you ask a hot chick to prom, I'll give you a C because history smiles upon the bold.
Asking me for my permission to ask my daughter to prom is a really classy move.
Vance past history. Now let's go beat the shit out of the Soros High Goblins.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage IDOT of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here on a Monday. Just wanted to start out with a little Monday motivation, and Dan Campbell recognized that motivation, and we all feel so inspired now because of it. It was a beautiful story, beautiful people. JD advanced, Sydney Sweeney. They're probably going to make beautiful babies, and we all are inspired indeed. But anyway, hope you're all doing well. This chat is so retarded in the best way. I love all of you. I really appreciate all of you. Listen, I have a good excuse why I was 1 minute late, okay? I have a good excuse. And the fact that this excuse, it just lines up perfectly. I was on the phone with Gary. So it's Nerdrotic's fault, okay? Gary's fault that I'm late. Can blame him. I told him, I was like, I got to go. We were about to get into a big conversation about 80s rock bands. I was like, I got to go, Gary. I got to go. I got a live stream. So anyway, we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to catch up on. And man, I've been having fun covering the GTA 6 leaks over on the main Geeks and Gamers channel. I got another GTA 6 leak video dropping on the main channel very soon. And yeah, man, it's been crazy. So I've been trying to keep up with obviously everything going on in the world of politics, but I've been so heavily focused on pop culture the last couple of days. But anyway, let's see who's here in the chat. Dark Red Knight says, have you seen Spencer Pratt's newest video? I haven't seen it, but I plan on reacting to it tonight. So it's going to happen during this show. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I got tagged in it, and a lot of people are going crazy over it. So we're going to check that out. Bon Jovi superfan Gary, correct. That's really what it was. Gary was wanting to talk about Bon Jovi songs. I'm like, Gary, I have to go. Like, I gotta do CobraCast. He's like, I know, but I just want to tell you about all these Bon Jovi songs. Like, yeah, okay, Gary. Steel Leg mirror messages. I DM'd you about my friend. He told me his son's in the hospital right now having an MRI done. The other tests are good. He's a wounded Marine vet. Okay, I will check that out. Prayers up for you and your friend. Give them the best well wishes from us. So sorry to hear that. I will check that out. Piano Dean says, bravery is sticking your hand in the trunk of an unfamiliar tree for a full minute. If you've never done this, you're not brave, and I do not respect you. I agree with everything Piano Dean just said. There you go. Don's third leg says, I get emotional every time the JD Rudy intro. Don't we all? Don't we all? Nagranol says, Jay said thanks for streaming over him. Don't get me started, okay? I mean, like birthday month Jay, okay? Hey, it's my birthday year. Let's just celebrate my birthday year. This year is I'm going to have a birthday this year. Let me just celebrate my birthday this year. Every stream, we're going to be like, hey, it's my birthday year. Okay? Thank you, Negranol. Happy birthday to Jay, Drunk 3PO. Happy birthday. Him and Beardo are all about celebrating like their birthday for like months on at a time. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, what are we doing? Let's see. Nagranol says, happy birthday year, Jeremy. Yes, finally getting the recognition that I deserve. Finally. Taker says, Gary and Jeremy reenacting It's Cold Outside. BMCCB says, Gary able to help with the Beardo situation? Listen, we've been over that. Okay, I've tried to address it. It's a very uncomfortable situation, to say the least. So we're just moving on past that. My whole goal here is to move on past it. I don't want to address it. I don't want to acknowledge it. It's one of those things where if we just move past it and we just act like it doesn't exist, that's the best possible handling of the situation. And I think we all agree on that, because this is the internet. We're not here to laugh and roast people and make fun of people. That's not what the internet's for. The internet is a really nice place where people gather around, sing songs, hold hands. It's like a Christmas carol every day on the internet. Everyone is just happy and no one fights, no one argues. I think it's a beautiful thing. Like the internet gets a bad rap. The internet gets a bad rap. You're like, oh, the internet's just full of people trolling and shitting on things and all of that. And I'm like, I've never seen that. I've just seen people be very, very nice and very respectful. At least my chat anyway. So, let's see. It's so nice on the interwebs. It really is. It's a really nice place. Okay, so I guess let's just watch this Spencer Pratt video. I haven't seen it yet, and people definitely are liking this one. So let's check it out. Spencer Pratt says, we've lost our damn minds. Lindsay Clancy, mass psychosis proves that a lot of people need to have their Wi-Fi taken away. But this psychosis started many years before TikTok. All right. I agree with the headline there. Here we go.
The internet was a mistake.
Well, we are 2 seconds in, and already, all right. The internet was a mistake. Listen, Spencer, while I agree with you, I'd have to be working retail still, bro. Okay? So, like, I'm okay with the internet. I'm okay with the disaster known. All right, here we go. Back up. Here we go.
The internet was a mistake. We have officially broken bad. Recently, a married mother of 3 young children was grappling with postpartum psychosis. Not just depression, but psychosis. She was committed to a psych ward for a brief stay, but she lied her way out of it and made her way back home. When her husband left the house to go get food, she took her 3 young babies into the basement.
Oh my God. This is such a sad story, man. Hearing it retold like this. Good Lord, man. This is dark. This is dark stuff.
Lined them up and one by one wrapped an exercise band around their neck and strangled them to death. Now, strangulation is very difficult, even with a toddler. It takes a lot of force and a lot of time. It's a very intimate way to kill somebody, which is probably why she turned the kids face down as she did it. She didn't have to watch the life drain out of their panicked eyes as she choked them out. It takes about 3 to 5 minutes to choke a toddler to death, so the third child had to stand there and watch their siblings die for about 10 minutes before it was their turn. After Mama had finished killing all of her kids, she promptly went upstairs, slashed her own wrist, jumped out the second floor window to off herself. Well, the snow outside cushioned her fall, the cold slowed her vitals, so she merely fractured her spine, paralyzing her, but she ultimately survived. When her husband came home with dinner, he called out for the kids and his wife. Nobody answered. He went upstairs thinking maybe she was bathing the kids. When he got to the bedroom, he saw blood splattered everywhere and the window wide open. To his horror, he saw his wife on the ground outside paralyzed. He asked where the kids were, and his heart sank when she murmured, "In the basement." He was on the phone with 911 when he discovered his dead babies. So there's a recording of his screams as he turned over his dead children, seeing their blue faces and their eyeballs nearly bursting from the sockets. The man naturally moved far away in a desperate attempt to reset his life somehow, and his wife is on trial for murder. And women on TikTok are supporting her. Go ahead, look around if you dare. You will see hundreds of psychotic women supporting Lindsay Clancy, blaming the
It's out of control. I did see this report here. A man allegedly called off his wedding because his fiance supported Lindsay Clancy. Whoever this person is, sir, you made the right decision. Just going ahead and saying it right there. You made the right call. Whoever you are.
husband.
All right, he did it. Patrick did it.
Lindsay Clancy is obviously not guilty.
He did it. He did it.
Patrick's the one who did it. Not Lindsay. Patrick did it.
Lindsay Clancy's birth chart. Just following all their birth charts and birthdays and zodiac signs.
I've already gone over the friends.
I saw someone who was who's the crazy chick from years ago that killed her daughter. If you say the name, I'm gonna remember it, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. Man, what's her name? So I saw somebody said Casey Anthony, that's it. Thank you. Who said that first? BK, I think, said it first, but a lot of you said it. Someone said Casey Anthony, if she would have done what she did now, she would have had all of this support. All of these people rallying around her, supporting her, if she would have done it now. Shows you how horrific times are with these people and how lost on the internet they have become.
Astrology charts that show that the perpetrator is a male.
Women typically don't strangle.
I'm telling you all right now, when the South Node goes into Cancer,
he's a Gemini man.
They poison or drown them.
I can't wait for this man to be humbled and for karma to do its thing.
Donald Trump.
Because of course,
the orange man has to be mentioned. Of course. My God.
For karma to do its thing.
Donald Trump.
Because of course, in this dystopian social media era, everything is a conspiracy. Nothing is real. Bad things don't happen. Every real story is just fed slop. The real story is some convoluted, nefarious plot by the Jews.
What? That's so crazy.
Whatever the opposite of Occam's razor is, that's TikTok. We have lost our damn minds. I really think that COVID fried people's brains and that they've simply never recovered.
Yes.
We were gaslit to hell, of course. Dr. Tony Fauci, funded the development of the virus. He lied about the lab leak.
So it came from a wet market in the same place where there's this huge lab that does all the kind of development of exactly what this thing is. That's some coincidence.
They lied about the threat to kids. They locked everyone down.
I wear a mask to school. I wear a mask to school.
It was like some horrendous globalized Stanford prison experiment. Our institutions completely.
We are only a few years removed from this craziness. Does anyone understand? This happened just a few years ago. It's insane that they pulled this off. They pulled this craziness off 5 years ago, 6 years ago, whatever it was.
eviscerated their own reputation and dignity. Gavin Newsom locked us down and then had a fancy dinner with friends at the French Laundry. The science told us that if you went paddleboarding alone in the middle of the ocean, you needed to be arrested for killing grandma. But of course, if you riot with 500,000 people, that's totally fine because viruses take a time out when it comes to social justice. Our institutions so thoroughly destroyed any semblance of credibility that they ever had, and frankly, they don't deserve that trust anymore. But we've devolved into a buffoonish, low-trust society where now people see conspiracy and malice in literally every corner of human life. Nothing is real, but everything is real.
I love that he is going after this. Man, he's calling it out. The amount of bullshit and lies on the internet right now is out of control. And these people, the Ian Carrolls, the Candace Owens, all of that, it's all algorithm friendly shit. That's why the Israel thing is popular online because of the algorithm, like the people that are telling you that you can't talk about the Jews in Israel are literally benefiting from the algorithm, which boosts that. Candace Owens is literally promoted on YouTube. She's promoted. She's one of the biggest people on the entire fucking platform.
We've devolved into a buffoonish, low-trust society where now people see conspiracy and malice in literally every corner of human life. Nothing is real, but everything is real. But beyond that is something darker. It's not just that we've allowed ourselves to believe the craziest things. It's not that we've just jettisoned our critical thought. We've lost our humanity. Look at the animals who people are now celebrating openly. Luigi Mangione shot a healthcare CEO in the back.
Okay, thank God I didn't show it.
And communists celebrated him. Women openly gushed over him and still do. Even as he's pled guilty, they still simp for him. Now, I know women have always been crazy. All famous murderers get love letters in prison, so it's not exactly a new phenomenon.
That's true.
But we can have a discussion about daddy issues another time. That's not what this is. This is something more sinister. What explains the outpouring of love for the mom who strangled her kids? Why are people trying so hard to exonerate her? When some criminal migrant masturbates in front of children at a public beach, the dads rightfully beat the shit out of him. But a woman suffering with suicidal empathy intervenes to protect and comfort that child sex offender?
Yep.
When you see an invasion of Spain, you see a woke woman gleefully waving the invaders in. Is this what matriarchy looks like? Where this kind of suicidal empathy that exploits the noble virtue of unconditional maternal compassion and perverts it towards the criminal dregs of society, all because wokeness now supersedes all normal virtue? We've heard that expression, it's a face that only a mother can love. I know I always heard it. We all know that unconditional maternal love, that superpower that God imbued into our mothers to make sure they loved us, irrationally loved us, so they didn't toss us into the damn river as babies when we're crying all night long for months on end. Their maternal love must supersede all reason and normal emotion in order to make sure that they can even make it through. But now that irrational love...
Dude, Spencer Pratt is on point. I'm not sure what his political future is, but I feel like he's got a lot of potential. I feel like there is so much opportunity for him, especially in a post-Trump world, in the world of politics, man. This guy has a lot of potential, and he's got a huge support system. He's already been, they already rigged one election against him, so he's got that going for him as far as credibility goes. He's so effective and he's so good that they had to rig an election to keep him out of office. So he's already got a great story. He's got great personality. He's got great aura. The dude really does have it, and he's on point, and he's speaking truth. The people of America want to hear exactly what he's saying.
Love isn't pointed at our own vulnerable children. It's been reallocated towards whatever group the algorithm has designated as the vulnerable class. Criminal migrants, drug addicts on the street, any and all of the worst cretins of the planet get full feminine favor and protection as long as they're not the ultimate Satan, the white male. The hijacking of the maternal instinct didn't start with social media. It goes way back to 1995 when she watched Dead Man Walking as a teenager. When that film planted the seed that vile criminals deserve her heartfelt tears.
Don't execute this man. You can stop this from happening, sir.
Then Dexter injected it with steroids. This is the prolonged conditioning that accelerated with the ascendance of the Byronic hero. We got so cute with finding redeeming qualities in irredeemable villains. Gone are the days of the true bad guy. Now, the cinematic vanguard is in love with finding the humanity in the bad guy, telling the sympathetic origin story. Our parents had superheroes. We have anti-heroes.
Goddamn right.
Breaking Bad was so brilliant, but it made us cheer on a narcissistic, murderous, criminal drug kingpin who...
All right, Spencer, you can talk shit, man, but you don't talk bad about Breaking Bad, my friend. But here's the thing. I will have to disagree with him on Walter White was not a sympathetic person at all. Walter White was perceived as a terrible person, but we liked him in spite of that, mainly because of Bryan Cranston's performance. But like from a writing standpoint, like Walter White is not written to be a good guy. Absolutely not. He's not a good guy at all. He's a terrible person. But it's because Bryan Cranston's performance is so incredible. And the show overall is just so well done. But there's no good guy in that show. That's the thing. There's not one good guy. Everybody's a piece of shit, including Skyler. Nobody. Who like Hank? Is that who you like? Like, there's no good guy in it.
Who destroyed his family over money. When Tim Burton did Batman, the Joker was a lunatic. But now the Joker gets his own movie where he's the hero, and the climax of the film is him murdering the orderlies at the asylum. The arts dog-walked us here over decades with films and television that inverted the paradigm of normal virtue.
Now, with his overall point, he is correct. His overall point is correct about what Hollywood has done. But with Breaking Bad, I'd have to push back on that one.
Cops are the bad guys, outlaws are the heroes, and man, do you see that manifesting in reality today. Scrolling through Mommy Sleuth TikTok is an exercise in pure insanity. Whatever this woke social media blob has done to the modern mind, it's gone far beyond internet sleuthing, and it's spawned an entire generation of hollow-out, depraved crazies. What about all the goblins celebrating the communists who shot Charlie Kirk? You have insane influencers making a fortune off shamelessly exploiting his death, tying themselves in knots with the most convoluted Rube Goldberg bullshit explanations to try and deny something we all saw in 4K and wish we didn't. It was an exploding mic.
He had a rigged microphone.
And they timed it precisely to the millisecond with the fake gunshot from the patsy.
The shaped charge was actually supposed to hit him in the chest.
There were Jews hiding under the grass. It was French special forces. Just the craziest, most unhinged shit imaginable. And people believe it. Anything but what actually happened.
I'm so glad he's calling out Candace and the anti-Israel crowd. I'm so glad he's doing that.
Anything but the most obvious, straightforward explanation. The woke communists you saw on camera who have prints on the rifle killed an anti-communist leader because communists are violent lunatics. That's it. We have a communist violence problem, but psychos on the internet have made an entire cottage industry around denying and exploiting it.
We're not morons.
But what's so much worse than these crazy conspiracies is how it drives people to abandon their basic human decency. It goes from just asking questions to demonizing a grieving widow, celebrating her husband's violent death. It's so much worse than just absolving the actual murderer and trying to sabotage the trial. These people have a bloodlust.
Yeah, but the thing you have to, again, I don't care that Candace Owens has a platform and has an audience. I don't care. I don't care. What I care about is that people have been banned from YouTube for doing far less than what she is doing. Far less. Prominent people have been banned from YouTube, and she is promoted by them. Something doesn't add up there. I like when there is an opportunity for everybody's voice to be heard, and then the people can determine what they want to hear and how they want to go about it, who they want to support, all of that.
What have you become when you celebrate an assassination like this? I don't care what your politics are. This was a father, a loving husband. You know, I was in DC in an interagency meeting when that communist shot Charlie. I was there advocating for the Palisades, trying to get things done to help us rebuild when everyone's phones started buzzing. Now, I never knew Charlie, but some of the president's cabinet members were with us, agency heads, people who were friends with Charlie and had worked with him for years, and they were devastated. It was one of the most grotesque and shocking moments I've ever seen in American history, but the reactions that followed were far more grotesque and reveal a sad report on where we are as a country. Teachers mocking his death, drag queens putting on assassination fashion shows. Who are these demons? What have we allowed ourselves to become? We have been so thoroughly demoralized, I fear that we can't get any lower. These things have fried our brains. Politicians have become full-time influencers and utter clowns, gesture gooning instead of campaigning. We dress like slobs. We shrug away drug addicts defiling themselves on our streets. We celebrate murders and lawlessness with alacrity. We have no dignity anymore, and I don't know how we get it back.
Well said. Well said indeed. Man, Spencer Pratt is on point. This is over on his Twitter account. So if you guys are interested to go check that out. But yeah, man, he's great. He is a hell of a content creator. And he's obviously created some really good political campaigns as well. And he's made noise in that arena. And I do believe that you're going to hear about him into the future. To what level, I don't know. I don't know if he becomes a governor, if he becomes a senator. I have no idea. To assume that he can reach, things like the highest office is a bit of a reach for me at this point in time. I think he needs to establish himself in another position first. Just because being, again, this isn't a criticism, but being good in an edited video style is awesome. That doesn't mean that, you're going to take it all the way to the highest, office. So, but anyway, that was great. And his points about where we are. Yeah. I don't know how you fix it. I don't think there is a fix for it. The internet is the internet. It's going to continue to evolve, and we're going to continue to, spiral. And really what the internet does is the internet has exposed how many weak-minded people are in our society, and there is a lot of them. They do not have a mind of their own. They do not know how to think for themselves, and they allow other people to do the thinking for them, and that's not going to stop, unfortunately, sadly. Lapco says it could be worse. Just wait till Beardo's birthday suit month. No, or now you're thinking about it, and this pleases me. Beardo already had a birthday. Your attempt to make me think beyond that did not work, because that would be a horrible thing, and I would not survive it. Jameson says, yes, Jeremy is very smart and loves compliments. Polish Prince says, let's all wish Drunk 3PO a very happy birthday, 199. Mick. Is it Keckelstein? Okay. I had to say it slowly. Hate to sound gay, but I'm also a girl, so I can sound gay if I want. You're a good man, and I will sacrifice my woman vote for the good of the USA. Sheldon was right. They do be tripping. You hear that? Ladies and gentlemen, that deserves a round of applause right there. That is a round of applause. Chat is going to really like your take right there. Now, you've done something very dangerous on the internet. You've told the chat that you are a girl. I'm not responsible for the comment section at all. But as I've told many of you guys in the chat, the ladies love the big super chats, okay? They get very impressed by them, okay? Ehab Pretend says, I would like to see Pratt in Senate before the White House. It's one thing to say these things on social media. It's a whole different universe to actually be in a political position. Took the words right out of my mouth, brother. There you go. I agree completely. Predon Corpse with a bunch of kicks over on Kick. Thank you, Predon Corpse. Real Jimbotron says he's got a great personality, Jeremy. I got news for you. Did I say that? Well, my own joke got the best of me. Slain Hope says there's two ways to flay the wrist. One is legit, and one works while is BS, a cry for attention. Jumped out of the second floor. She was setting the stage. Yeah, I mean, she's getting what she wants, and it's worked perfectly to her advantage. Godzilla's Greaser says they believe in science as much as Christianity. Little Jim Taylor says women judges are responsible for repeat offender Minecrafting innocent people. How many are gone because of these evil people? Why? Because of feelings. The Lego Batman Goon says liberal women will destroy America before any of our enemies get a chance. Yeah, I mean, if you really want to talk about the the true beginning of the end, it was a decision to let everybody vote. That's really the beginning of the end. Minister of Thing says, I'm a bit concerned about what Pratt is saying. To be honest, his argument is just a fuzz above violent video games did it. Just saying. Yeah, that's a fair point. And I mean, there's a fine line when you're getting into that. I mean, violent video games, there's not a clear agenda behind that versus the clear agenda from, say, Hollywood and a lot of the stuff that they have been pushing, because Hollywood pushes, anti-white, anti-male propaganda all the time. And they've made that point very clear. The ridiculous argument to try to blame violence on video games, that goes back to Democrats and even Republicans for decades have been trying to make that argument, and it's fallen flat on its face every single time. So I don't think that, I mean, if they want to continue to try, go for it, but it's not going to end up well for you if you want to make that one. So if Spencer Pratt goes down that road, it won't work out too well for him. Vault 95 says, can we get Mo and Ben on daily tomorrow? Shh. That would not be good. Vault 95 says, in the late 1800s, a bunch of women would take out insurance policies on their children, wait a little bit, unalive their kids, and collect the money. Was that the internet's fault too? Johnny the Whiz Kid says, stupid YouTube won't let me send a message. Did you have a chance to check out the Chad Prather video? I think you can play it since we're calling out insane conspiracies. Well, I mean, I call out insane conspiracies every day. But I have not had a chance to check that one out. I've got a bunch of other stuff lined up that we're going to talk about that's happening right now. So I will keep that one in mind. Speaking of that, I mean, I saw this clip. I didn't think this was legit, but apparently it is. This is Hassan Piker on Charlie Kirk in 2018. I'm not going to repeat what it says, but we're going to watch the video. Okay. So this is Hassan Piker, and apparently in 2018.
What about Democratic mayors? It's like, what the f are you talking about, dude? We're f***ing talking about socialized medicine, and you f***ing turn around and you f***ing ask a question about murderous cities and their Democratic mayors. I want to f***ing kill him, dude. I want to kill.
In a video game.
I meant it's just not in a video game setting. I want to own him in a video game setting. Oh, Jesus. Okay. In a video game.
Yeah.
Fuck. In a debate. I want to kill him in a debate in Minecraft.
There you go. Yeah.
So there is Hassan Piker right there. The same Hassan Piker that was just busted singing the Charlie Kirk song in front of a crowd of people that celebrated Charlie's assassination.
So that sparked furious reaction online. Turning Point spokesman Andrew Colvett posting, Hassan Piker is engaging in pure, unadulterated evil. Let's bring on our panel. Caroline Downey is the National Review columnist and Rich Zeoli, host of the Rich Zeoli podcast. It's great to have you both. So Austin's loss, the congressman that Alex Hogan talked about, was on Fox News Sunday. He was asked about this Piker song that he sang, and this is what he said.
I reject Hassan Piker's ideology, whether it was seeming to celebrate or at least excuse 9/11.
So also we had this clip right here of Hassan says he's more respectful to Charlie Kirk than Erica Kirk and Republicans trying to fill his shoes. Yeah, here we go.
the fake outrage about Charlie Kirk shit when you've been doing it like 3 times a week, 30K people for 10 months. It's not just me doing it. Everyone does it. If anything, I'm more respectful to Charlie Kirk than Erica Kirk is. I'm more respectful to Charlie Kirk than virtually every goddamn Republican out there who has tried to fill his shoes. You know what I mean? Yeah, these guys are all goddamn grifters. This platform might actually explode on Kirkiversary.
Counting or not counting gang violence.
Whoa, I can't watch. What the fuck are you showing? Can't watch that. What a freaking psycho, dude.
You know, I watched it damn near real time as it was unfolding. And then the conservatives went in extra hard and were like, oh, you literally have to say Charlie Kirk is awesome or else we'll fire you.
Nobody said that. Nobody said that. People said that you should respect the fact that Charlie Kirk was assassinated and he has a family and he was a genuinely good person, whether you agreed or disagreed with him. That was the argument. Nobody said that you had to say he's this great person that you believed and admired. Shut up.
And then everyone was like, yeah, actually, no, that's kind of dumb. Yeah, we're not going to do that. And then because the conservative movement was so aggressive in their posture, so aggressive in their hagiography, so aggressive in their martyrization of Charlie Kirk, that there was like an understandable, dare I say, inevitable backlash to it, where people responded by, you know, Kirkification memes, making Kirkifications happen. The answer to this isn't to say, oh, he's been jamming to the Charlie Kirk shit for months. Who gives a fuck? You guys are being so silly with that. The answer.
Vesta says Charlie was kind to him while he steps on Charlie's grave. Yeah. And it's just so freaking depressing that he was assassinated in front of the world and his family's getting dragged. His name is getting dragged. His company's getting dragged. His legacy's getting dragged. And nobody's able to step up and counter any of it.
To that is you're pearl clutching. You're pearl clutching because this isn't him like belittling Charlie Kirk's assassination or mocking Charlie Kirk's assassination or celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination. This is, you know, carrying the flame. Republicans hate when, you know, when people give back like a fraction of the energy that they put out there. Charlie Kirk is now a character in internet brain rot. Children see Kirk on the same level as Tung Tung Sahur. The war is over, guys. Nobody cares about the cult of reverence anymore. They haven't since a month after he died. Exactly. So I don't know what the fuck these guys are holding on to.
Decency, respect for people that were assassinated because they had an opinion. That's what people are wanting to hold on to. Just decency. Respect for someone that was murdered in front of hundreds of college students. I mean, is that difficult?
And I think another part of the reason why it just, you know, I guess they would be less mad if I had fireworks on stage like his wife.
Again, this is the total. I will have to play it again. But so for people that continue to use that as a criticism towards Erica Kirk, I will just continue to make the point that they don't want to make is her doing that is a direct nod to Charlie Kirk when he would come out. It's literally exactly how Erica comes out as the lead of Turning Point USA. She's honoring Charlie when she does that. Now, if you want to say it's a bad look, I kind of can get where you're coming from because of the optics, but you're being completely dishonest when you don't bring up the context of why she's doing it. And what's at the core of her doing it is her honoring her husband. That's at the core of it. So regardless if you think it's a good idea or not, that's irrelevant. The reason she's doing it is to honor her late husband.
And I think another part of the reason why it just, I guess they would be less mad if I had fireworks on stage like his wife. Like, is that the only way to honor it? Is that why they were mad? Because I was singing the song, but I didn't have the accompanying flares? Is that why? I think it would help to reiterate your anti-vigilante justice. Man, shut the fuck up. Shut your bitch ass up, 64-month subscriber. What are you, fucking stupid? You think these guys give a fuck? You think anybody gives a shit about anything? What do you want me to do? Start every fucking day by being like, I hate vigilante justice. I am against the death penalty. I am anti-war.
That's the left right there. The left thinks you have to acknowledge all of these things every day before you start talking. You have to disavow racism and bad words and all of this shit and proper pronouns. Anyway, Hassan's a terrible human being. Nobody's shocked by that. John freaking Murdoch 450 says, hey, Jeremy, just curious, just how big of a super chat just how big does the super chat need to be in order to reap the benefits you described? I'm married, but I'm asking for a friend. What did I say? Hold on. What did I say? I am completely confused now. Did I say something? Now I'm worried. I don't know. Now I'm confused. You know what? Just send a proper 199 for good coverage. I have no idea. So while I'm trying to figure out what exactly I said, we'll go over. Thank you, John. Hail to you. Asmongold cooks Hassan Piker for copying everything about Nick Fuentes. Oh, this is good. You know, Hassan does not like when somebody says that somebody like Asmon says he's copying Nick Fuentes. Oh, that's good.
I think, this is it. All right, we'll watch one more. This is from 5 days ago or something. I was banned, so I wasn't able to talk about it.
Does Osmond have motion? I mean, there's a lot of stupid people out there. Does Osmond have motion?
Oh, I said the ladies love the big super chat, so that's what led to this. Okay. I got you. Yeah. So I would say a proper 199 is definitely a safe bet. Now, if you want to get into 300 and 400 and 500s, those are going to be guaranteed home runs because the ladies are going to see $300-400 and be like, well, damn, And Laughing Man's in the chat and he says at least 500. And if anybody knows, it's Laughing Man. I think Laughing Man knows for sure. Laughing Man gets it. So there you have it.
Do I have motion? Bro. It's one thing to copy Nick Fuentes' fucking his outfit, right? You're wearing a suit, but now you're also copying his hair and you're trying to do Gen Z speak as well, unironically. I mean, come on. You're 35, 36 years old. Just stop.
I mean, there's a lot of stupid people out there.
Everybody is stupid. Okay. All right. Yes.
It is pretty cute watching him try to talk about. It's pretty cute watching him talk about politics, though.
Okay.
Because he is so fucking dumb.
Great argument. Yeah, true.
He is so unbearably stupid. He just doesn't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
but he does this like smug, know-it-all voice that he puts on where he's like, yeah, why would you bring up the IAEA? Yeah.
What?
Lol. The IAEA found that Iran was enriching uranium well beyond the civilian limit.
So the amount of your uranium enrichment that you need for like power is like 3 and 5%.
Honestly, Hassan might be the biggest Asmongold fan on the planet. Absolutely. Yes. So Asmon reacting to Hassan reacting to Asmon is wild. And then here I am. So I'm reacting to Asmon reacting to Hassan reacting to Asmon. That's freaking great. Love the internet.
Okay. Iran was at 60. Okay. So this wasn't like, they hit 7. Oh, they hit 7. Ooh.
Okay, so here's what I think this is probably what's going to happen in the future. Okay, this is what we're going to see from Hassan right here. He's going to start. He's not going to go all in, but it's going to be subtle. All right. So like here's this is what we're going to start getting from Hassan. Okay.
I'm a black paralegal in ATL who works at a mostly white law firm. Any tips on being more approachable to my white bosses?
There's no way that's real. There's no way that's real. Listen, I mean, for me, I really have no beef with black people. I really don't. As long as they just are considerate. It's the bar is on the floor. Black people literally walk around with their ass hanging out. The bar and the pants are on the fucking floor. Just pull up your pants. Belt. Let's start there. People go, you hate them just because they don't look like you. It's like, I don't like them because I can literally see their ass in their underwear right now. And we're in public. We're in a restaurant. It's just they're so obnoxious. They are the most obnoxious race of people of all time. Generalizing, of course, not every one of them. There are a lot of fine black people that are not like this, and I'm sure they understand it perfectly well. You go in public. I was in Fulton Market in Chicago this weekend for Tyler Russell's birthday. And we're walking around and literally these brothers are out there with their fucking pants around their legs. Ass totally hanging out, loud, obnoxious, stink like weed. Who wants to be around people like this? Rude. So I just like people that are considerate. I don't care what color they are. On an individual level, I'll treat someone with dignity and respect as long as they are considerate. If you're not considerate, I want nothing to do with you. I just don't want to even have any interaction with you at all. Obviously, as a society, we want mostly white people, but on an individual level, it's like, damn.
So that's going to be Hassan's take in the future. It's going to be subtle. It's going to be very subtle. And then you'll see him go full Fuentes down the road for sure. So now I will say that we've been roasting a lot of different creators, but I do think that we got to pay respect for, some people. Patrick Bet David, unseen Patrick Bet David and Candace Owens eulogies for Charlie Kirk. So this is going to be great, I'm sure. This is going to be great.
So we gathered here today, ladies and gentlemen, to remember our dear and cherished friend Charlie, right? And I'm looking around, I'm a numbers guy. I'm thinking, well, how many people are here today?
Holy fuck, dude. I'm a numbers guy. Like, that is so Patrick Bet David. He's like, I'm looking around. I'm a numbers guy.
To remember our dear and cherished friend Charlie, right? And I'm looking around, I'm a numbers guy. I'm thinking, well, how many people are here today to remember Charlie? I'm thinking maybe it's 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000. I don't know the exact number, guy. But I'm looking down and I'm thinking to myself, when I look down at his casket, I'm thinking, well, a lot of people love Charlie. But if so many people love Charlie, I'm thinking, are you ready for this? I don't know if you're ready for this, but guess what? Why did nobody tell Charlie that there were different shoes that he could have worn, right? Shoes that blend comfort, function, and luxury. Shoes that were made in Tuscany, Italy. Shoes that I could have made fast and cheap. I chose neither. I chose 2 years instead. Tuscany, Italy. Right. So who benefits from all of this? Not me. not Charlie. Only the market.
I love how the music turns into like this. Yes, exactly. The theme song just changes as soon as he starts talking about shoes.
Did nobody tell Charlie that there were different shoes that he could have worn, right? Shoes that blend comfort, function, and luxury. Shoes that were made in Tuscany, Italy. Shoes that I could have made fast and cheap. I chose neither. I chose 2 years instead. Tuscany, Italy, right? So who benefits from all of this? Not me, not Charlie, only the market, right? And ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to call upon Candace Owens to deliver a eulogy for Charlie. I'm just hearing from the earpiece that her producers gave us. You coming up a little bit for $300,000? Oh, you're upping a little bit? $500,000? $1 million? $2 million? Can you go down a little bit? $3 million? All right, stop.
That's good stuff, man. The internet being the internet. Lapico says Jeremy's an idiot and only respects insults. Compliments mean you have some unknown angle and shouldn't be trusted. The Gen X skepticism runs deep. You are correct. I 100% stand by that one right there. Miniature Von thinks says Piker looks like Napoleon with that fan behind him. Chad Layton says the super chat identifies as $500. Piker needs to be deported. No return ticket ever. A lot of people are calling for Hassan to be deported. I mean, I don't think that's going to happen. I'm not looking for that to happen. I'm not expecting it. If it did, it would be cool. But you know, I think we got bigger fish to fry than to have to, you know, deport somebody like him. I think there's more important things to focus on. I think that would show that would put the wrong message out there. Even though I would enjoy it, even though I think it would be cool, it would be the wrong message. In my humble opinion, that is, of course. Now, we did get this whole story, all right, that happened over the weekend. I think we actually have a Sports Wars video that I want to pull up. Let's see, Sports Wars. Okay, and I think we got our boy Ryan from Sports Wars. All right, this was awesome over the weekend. The WNBA is struggling big time right now. Okay, and they have no idea what to do with this situation right now, and they've done it to themselves. So here we go. Our boy RK
We've
Outpost.
talked a lot about the WNBA and the complete and total clown show that it is. A league that cannot even define what a woman is to protect other women in the league. A league that's more obsessed with virtue signaling and identity politics than they are with people actually watching. A league full of bitter black lesbians who are really, really upset that two straight white girls are running the league and getting more attention than anyone else. That would be Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham, both playing for the Indiana Fever. This is what led to people like Inez Cantor and others deciding, you know what, let's make an example of this pathetic league and show you how ridiculous it is by declaring for the WNBA draft. Inez Cantor made a big show a week or two ago with all of this nonsense going on in the social media landscape, with all this nonsense about the WNBA not being able to say what a woman is because they're too busy virtue signaling to potentially allow men to come and play in the WNBA. And quite frankly, they would dominate. So Inez Cantor certainly has been in the news, and he went to the Chicago Sky Indiana Fever game with his shirt on, just simply with the definition of a woman, an adult human female.
The best part is that he's using their own logic right against them. Now, you got a lot of conservatives, and they are leaning into it as well. And this, to me, is the single best way to deal with the left, mocking them with their own flawed logic. It's the single best approach. You don't get angry. You don't get frustrated. You don't get emotional. You mock them with their own logic, and it works perfectly.
And some people on the floor, including bitter black lesbians, Natasha Cloud, who just went viral the other day for complaining and bitching and moaning about the dildos being thrown on the court, she had a little run-in with him. And in typical angry black lesbian fashion, she decided she wanted to try to get violent about it. And it comes off as rather embarrassing for her. Enes Kanter Freedom ejected from WNBA game after confrontation with Chicago Sky player Natasha Cloud. And again, Natasha Cloud, long history of hating people like Sophie Cunningham for voting the way that she did, long history of hating white people, long history of hating men. Again, the WNBA is mostly full of bitter, ugly black lesbians. And that's exactly what Natasha Cloud is. But let's see what led up to this. Was Enes Kanter heckling her or anything? No, he was simply sitting there. And in fact, we'll listen to his recounting of events a little bit later on. But let's watch this as it played out.
6-point basketball game. Chicago staying in it.
So after, I believe Natasha Cloud may have scored, she decides to start going and yelling at Enes Kanter and approaching him and walking towards him and yelling at him consistently. Somebody who's sitting there in the stands. And look, I am not going to pretend like Enes Kanter Freedom, whatever you want to say. I'm not going to pretend like Enes Kanter isn't specifically trying to generate some sort of reaction.
Oh, he's been doing this for a while. I mean, this is what he does. So his intent is to go there to disrupt, no doubt about that. And I think a lot of people don't know that, or maybe they're not acknowledging that, but that's exactly what his intent is. But that's fine with me.
Action. He obviously is. Let's not be retarded. Of course he is. But she, instead of ignoring it or whatever, right, she decides to go right up to him and start talking mad shit.
Natasha Cloud. And right before the break, this was the scene inside Wintrust Arena after Natasha Cloud got that bucket. She wanted her voice heard. We have talked about.
Now, what is very strange about this is that Enes Kanter was ejected from the game. This is the ridiculous. He got escorted out. Now, he was just standing there, right? Now, he didn't do this until she starts yelling at him. He's standing there. Now, I don't think Enes Kanter should have stepped through the photography line when all this is going on, but this is a play.
He's just a strong black woman. He's just a strong black woman who's just trying to defend herself, okay? You like how I said, he's just a strong black woman? She's just a strong black woman trying to defend herself. She's tired of this racism.
Here on the floor who's starting to go after, and let's also be honest, Natasha Cloud, you're acting like you want the smoke or something. Just like any man, professional man, right, would come in and destroy you guys in the WNBA, you would also get your shit wrecked by Enes Kanter. There's no doubt about that. You want all the smoke and everybody to hold you back, all this stuff. And Enes Kanter ends up getting ejected and banned from the game effectively. But let's listen to Enes Kanter Freedom talking about this and explaining what happened. And apparently it was all about Sophie Cunningham.
It was towards the end of the third quarter, and Sophie Cunningham shot a three, and I put my hands up to celebrate, right? Literally a couple position later, Natasha came back and started screaming and yelling and said, "She's not going to sleep with you." And I was like, I am not trying to sleep with her. I'm just here to protect women and support her. And then obviously after that, she started yapping and she started to walk towards me. And literally I just got up and then I was like, I'm just here to protect women and that's all, right? And then she started to yell. She started to use some very heavy language. She started to actually cuss. And I was very shocked that there were a lot of kids and there were a lot of teenagers was at that game. And I just cannot believe that she was just cussing and using those F-bombs in front of all these kids. And that is not, I mean, I'm sure like she's loved in Chicago and many kids and idolizing her and stuff, but that's not a WNBA athlete should react, you know? And then anyway, and then after that, the security guy came, and then I was like, listen, you need to leave. I was like, can you please tell me why do I need to leave? They said, look, you just need to leave. And then they literally, I don't want to say they dragged me, but like they pretty much like pushed me to leave the gym. And then after that, I had a conversation with the police officers, which I respect a lot. I was like, listen, and I was just there to protect women.
So he ends up getting taken out. And Natasha Cloud.
Well, I do appreciate that he mentioned that he respects the police officers.
This is what she posted after all of this, by the way, on social media. To every trans kid / person, you are a part of my community and tribe. You belong. You're loved. You're seen. You're perfect as you are, and you will always be protected by me. So this is what it was. It was for trans kids. So again, I'm not surprised that a ugly, bitter black lesbian is all for turning kids trans and things like this. That shouldn't be surprising. But this is fucking pathetic. This is what the WNBA is about. By the way, the Chicago Sky got absolutely dominated and brutalized by the Indiana Fever, despite a lot of black thugs on the Chicago Sky saying that they were going to do something, that they were going to stand up, that they were going to take this to Caitlin Clark. No, Caitlin Clark had 37 points, 10 assists, great game. The Fever destroyed the Sky. But what people are talking about, as it often is with the WNBA, it's not about the play on the floor. It's not about Caitlin Clark.
And that's the thing. I mean, there's a lot of attention on WNBA right now. I'm not paying that much attention to it. By the way, this is our Sports Wars channel. So if you have not, if you're with football season getting here, we've got a lot that we're going to be producing on Sports Wars. So make sure you subscribe to that channel. But I mean, for me, like I can't even, I don't care about the WNBA at all. I do like the drama surrounding it right now, though. I am drawn to the drama, but I don't care about, any of the players.
Having more 30-point, 10-assist games than the rest of the WNBA in history combined, right? It's about how laughable this league is. That somebody who, Enes Kanter is trying to get attention and taking advantage of this ridiculous situation. I'm not going to sit there and pretend like he's not. But the fact that somebody wearing a woman's shirt at the Women's National Basketball Association game, that someone wearing a shirt that says woman, adult, human, female, that is so triggering to these senseless, virtue signaling, woke obsessed, identity obsessed fucking losers in the WNBA. These ugly, bitter black lesbians in the WNBA. This is so triggering to them that they try to instigate a confrontation on the floor. It's pathetic. And that's where this league is. And it's this way because the league is run by very stupid people who are too scared of not virtue signaling. And the vast majority of the players in this league, this failing league, over and over again, this league has failed, lost money. Every year of its existence, the WNBA has lost money. And they care more about their politics and all this virtue signaling bullshit than they do about the actual play, than they do about being successful. And they would rather tear down any white, straight person, even though they're making this league more successful, because they're jealous, they're bitter, they're upset, and they only care about their worldview. What do you?
Well said, Ryan. Now, there's a next part to this, and I want to give, a warning to our very sensitive audience here. And the next part of this is going to be tough. I don't even know if I can get through the next part of this video, but I'm going to try. Super chats will help for sure. But this is going to be difficult because Charlemagne has misgendered Enes Kanter. I know. I don't know if I can get through this one, okay? But this is going to be very, very tough. But misgendering a brave and stunning black woman like Enes Kanter, it cannot go on. We cannot allow this. So let's hear how Charlemagne talks about Enes Kanter with the WNBA incident right here. Here we go.
I'm not giving Enes Kanter.
They censored out his chest. Holy shit.
I'm not giving Enes Kanter Freedom Donkey of the Day because he believes biological males shouldn't compete against biological females in women's sports. I agree with him on that. Okay, that's not even a debate for me. And I just think it's pointless to argue when you know it's only being used as a distraction because the midterms are right around the corner and Republicans can't win on policy. So they would rather drag people into another stupid coach.
Republicans can't win on policy. What happened in 2024? Trump beat both of your candidates
to debate
in a landslide.
So they can claim to be the party of common sense and Dems the party of people who don't know if men can have babies or not. Okay? I'm giving Enes Donkey of the Day because this guy has somehow decided that the best way to protect women's basketball is to disrupt women's basketball. Okay? You, Enes, have become what you claim to hate because I haven't seen anyone threaten women's basketball more than you. Okay, do you think those women felt safe with your big 6'10" ass out there trolling them and then had the nerve to stand up and act like you was about to step to one of them? Make that make sense to me. Okay, see, Enes isn't just expressing an opinion anymore. This man declared himself eligible for the 2027 WNBA draft, saying he identifies as a woman as part of his protest against the league's transgender eligibility rules. Meanwhile, in the WNBA, there are currently no immediate eligibility matters affecting their league. Okay, basically, ain't no transgender women trying to take your job in the WNBA right now. That is not happening, okay? No transgender.
I'm on YouTube. I just want to continue to reiterate that there's no such thing as the thing that he just said. There is a such thing as a mental illness, but there's no such thing as what he just said.
Are out here like, let me suit up. So people like Enes are protesting a hypothetical. There are no biological males playing in the WNBA that we know of. Okay, there are no biological males trying to play in the WNBA except for you. So therefore, Enes, you are actually the problem. But what you're protesting is a hypothetical. Enes, you have
no. What he's protesting is that they won't define what a woman is and who can play in the league. That's the whole problem right there. They won't make the definition. They won't say what he is saying right there.
Called 911 screaming about a 5-alarm fire that isn't happening.
Proven. I got it. Like proven. Please do not misgender the brave and stunning Enes Kanter. Let her play. Okay? We got to stand with her.
Okay, and that's what is fake. Doing anything for attention activism turns into something else because there's a difference between raising awareness about something you believe could become a problem and manufacturing a spectacle around a hypothetical problem because the spectacle gets you attention. Okay, Enes, all you are doing is performance art, and I need you to get off the stage because your show sucks. All right, first you declare yourself a woman, then you declare for the WNBA draft, then you start talking about recruiting other men to declare for the WNBA draft, then you show up courtside at a WNBA game wearing a shirt you know is going to provoke a reaction, then you...
How is that going to provoke a reaction? Holy shit. How? How is having the definition of a woman going to provoke a reaction? Holy shit.
Get into an argument with an actual WNBA player during the game, take a step towards the court like you was going to do something to those ladies, and then you get escorted out? There should be a lifetime ban of all WNBA games issued today by Kathy Engelbert for Enes. But she won't because she doesn't do many things that make sense. Okay, she's actually a trans commissioner because she identifies as a commissioner, but clearly that's not what she was born to do.
My God. Enes Kanter says, I just got kicked out of a WNBA game for supporting women. Let that sink in, America. 231,000 likes on that one, by the way, for the record. And again, I am identifying as a woman and I should be allowed to play. Here she is with Laura Ingraham.
Are you a trans woman?
Well, I want to make this very clear.
Are you a trans woman?
Listen, Section 13, right? Article 13, Section 1 says if you identify as a woman, then you're allowed to play.
So you are identifying as a woman tonight?
I identify as a woman. Sure, yes. Okay. So I can play.
But they're never going to let you play.
Why not? I mean, that's the rule. That's the rule that they put, and I'm just following the rules. If they ever come out and say, "Okay, we are changing the rules," I respect their decision. I will, follow the rules. But right now, if you identify as a woman, you're allowed to play, and I am identifying as a woman, and I am actually allowed to play. That's it.
Are you a trans woman?
Well, I want to make this.
That's freaking great, man. But yeah, right there. That's what he wore that got them all worked up. Right there. That's the big problem. That's what they're upset about. Here we go.
Inez, I know you want to be in the WNBA, but tell us what Natasha Cloud said to you. What was she yelling at you when she came toward you?
So I went to the game, right? And I actually loved the game. I enjoyed the game. This is my passion, and this is my, what was my childhood dream, just basketball. And in the first half, I watched the game, and it was an amazing time. And then the second half, towards the, third quarter, they put Sophie Cunningham in. And I remember around the last 3-minute mark, she shot the ball, and I put my hand in the air to celebrate it, right? And then Natasha Cloud saw that, my celebration. Literally the next position, she came back and she started yelling at me and said, "She's not going to sleep with you."
Wait, who's not going to sleep with you?
Sophia Cunningham is not going to sleep with
I don't even understand. Are you trying to,
I'm not
sleep
trying
with Sophie
to. No,
Cunningham?
definitely not. Definitely not. I want to make this very clear. Definitely not. And I'm just confused at that point. I'm like, I turned around to my manager. I'm like, what is she talking about? And he was shocked. And after that, I was like, the next position, I was like, I'm not trying to sleep with her. I'm just here to protect women and support my friend Sophie Cunningham. And then after that, obviously, the next position, she started to yell and cuss at me. And I was like, there are so many kids in that stands. There are so many teenagers that
What was she? What you don't say the words. The F word?
Oh, a lot of F-bombs. A lot of F-bombs. A lot of F-bombs. And at that point, I'm confused because, obviously, she is loved by the Chicago fans. And she has so many fans on the stands.
She's a talented player.
Many kids. And I'm like, this shouldn't be happening. This is not a sportsmanship. So I was confused. And then she started to come towards me. I literally got up. I played 11 years in NBA. I know the rules. I did not step over the baseline. So I literally just got
courtside, essentially.
Open my hands, right? And I was like, I'm here to protect women. I'm here to support my friends. That's all. And then she was just cussing and yelling. And then right after that, the security just got in and just threw me out. I was like, what did I do? She should be the one that thrown out of the game.
What was on your shirt?
What a crazy story. And again, the WNBA did this to themselves. Simple as that. They created this environment because of their virtue signaling and their nonsense. And now, let's see. Let's actually watch it because I don't know. Let me see. Let's actually watch this, okay? So first of all, this woman is a legend. All right, so let's see what happens here.
And right before the break, this was the scene inside Wintrust Arena.
Yeah, he didn't.
After Natasha Cloud.
He didn't step on the court.
Got that bucket. She wanted her voice heard.
He didn't do anything wrong.
Arena after Natasha. And right before the break, this was
she didn't do anything wrong. I'm sorry. I would never want to misgender a brave and stunning black woman. Sorry.
Scene inside Wintrust Arena after Natasha Cloud got that bucket. She wanted her voice heard. We have talked about the conversations surrounding the W. That is Enos Cantor in the building today. And he has voiced how he's felt about the situation. Natasha Cloud voicing her.
What a complete and total circus this is, but pretty damn funny. You get what you deserve, WNBA. Jeffrey Andrews says, who's more obnoxious, Piker or Fuentes? Piker, easily. At least Fuentes is funny. Madney says, I can't tell the difference between Nick and Ryan. Corn Pop says, I paid $199 to tell you guys Salty blocked me 6 years ago. Might be a Cammy. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. You're probably spamming. I don't know. Eggy Orpus has just realized Hassan sounds like that stupid pigeon from the movie Storks. Tulsi Rogue Gabbard says Sophie Cunningham tweak in front of mirror video. Packet Proton says for Krista, a college startup is making a brand new VCR TV VCR combo in 2026 from redesigned parts. That's awesome. I'm sure she'll be happy about that one. 8 o'clock says, quote, she's a trans commissioner. So you admit that trans to the left just means playing pretend, because medically it just means a cross. That is correct. 8 o'clock. Thank you, 8 o'clock. Good to see you. Name doesn't matter. Says, I'd respect LeBron much more if he requests a trade to the 76ers, from the Sixers to a WNBA team. His old ass would drop 100 points a game for the next decade. It would be pretty funny, wouldn't it? It would be. I would support that. I would be a LeBron fan if he went to the WNBA and just dominated. That would be fantastic. 100%. Let's see. Who Super Vask 3D. This guy keeps showing up in my chat, and I don't know who he is. People are always saying hey to him. Super Vask 3D in my chat again. You believe that? Who is this guy? Watching while eating a banana. I don't know who you are. I keep seeing you in my chat, though. I appreciate you viewing. I appreciate all of my viewers. I mean, I'm not mad about it or anything. I just, so. Okay, next up on the agenda. Let's see. Hang on. What's the argument here? NBA, WNBA, one is a sport, one is a joke. I love sports jokes. Room for all. Dwight, how do you say that? Schrute. Thank you, Mick Keckelstein. Am I saying that right? Am I saying that properly? I think so. And listen, I can never, like, I've actually talked to some people who are like following because of Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark, and I'm just like, I don't care about women's sports, dude. I really don't. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I can't take it seriously. I can't get invested in it whatsoever. So, Tulsi Rowe Gabbard says Georgia Giant Slayer latest video 2-hour 10 mark. 2 hours and 10 minutes. That's a long time. Hail to George. I've always seen women's sports as a joke. Yeah, I mean, so do women's sports. That's why they need men's sports to fund them. That's why, like, when you're in school and you have a women's sports, it's funded by the men's sports. That's why, because nobody cares about it. Generally speaking, that is, of course. I did see these reports right here. President Trump says ICE enforcement proceedings are being taken against Ilhan Omar. I haven't heard any updates on this or anything like that. So let me see if I can find any updates on this. Okay, this is from the Economic Times. I don't know what, let's see.
U.S. President Donald Trump appeared to confirm
this AI bullshit
that federal immigration authorities have active or contemplated enforcement proceedings against Democrat Representative Ilhan Omar of Minnesota over long-standing allegations of immigration fraud. Trump shared a bombshell report from Just the News, revealing that Immigration and Customs Enforcement refused to release records concerning its investigation into the Minnesota Democrat. ICE claimed that disclosing the records could interfere with enforcement proceedings. Trump posted
I can only take so much of this AI.
The report to Truth Social without adding further commentary. The development concerns allegations that Omar entered into a fraudulent marriage with Ahmed Noor Saeed Elmi,
right.
who...
Here we go.
A major development this morning related to the long-standing immigration fraud allegations involving Congresswoman Ilhan Omar.
Did she say Elon? It's Ilhan. Trump calls her Elon too. How do you say her name?
Organizations had been requesting records for months, and now a federal agency says it cannot release the records because doing so could interfere with, quote, enforcement proceedings. Joining us now to break down what this could mean and some other headlines out of Washington is our very own Washington insider, Armstrong Williams. Good morning
What's up,
to you, sir.
Armstrong Williams?
So,
I don't know who that is.
Congresswoman Omar has denied allegations she married Ahmed Nur Saeed Elmi in 2000.
What? Can you say that name one more time?
Denied allegations she married Ahmed Nur Saeed Elmi in 2009 as part of an immigration fraud scheme. Critics have alleged he's actually her brother, and that's why media organizations have requested records related to any type of investigation. So ICE is not saying there are no records. It is saying it cannot release these records because doing so could, quote, again, interfere with enforcement proceedings. What does that language tell you, Armstrong? Could we be looking at an active federal investigation involving a sitting member of Congress right now?
Well, it is an active.
I found this one right here.
Congresswoman Omar is an America-hating socialist. She minimized the September 11th attack on our homeland.
Get her, Trump. Get her.
Where far more than 3,000 people died, saying some people did something. Big deal. Some people did something. She pleaded for compassion for ISIS recruits right here in Minnesota. Omar laughed that Americans speak of Al-Qaeda. Remember that tape? Speak of Al-Qaeda. But when we say something about the United States, you just don't say America with any intensity. Remember that? Representative Omar has a history of launching virulent anti-Semitic screeds, whether you like it or not.
Trump has definitely had a little more energy back then.
She said the U.S. support for Israel is all about the Benjamins. She said that pro-Israel lawmakers have an allegiance to a foreign country. Omar wrote that Israel has hypnotized the world. May Allah awaken the people and help them to see the evil doings of Israel and the United States.
This was definitely before the last few years because holy shit, now you say that and half the freaking MAGA audience will boo you because everybody's a fucking sheep. But yeah, bottom line is this woman, like, it's different than the Hassan Piker thing, okay? Hassan is a fucking Twitch streamer, okay? She's actually an elected official. She should absolutely 100% be deported. Get her the fuck out of my country. Get her so illegal. Ban her forever from this country. She is a evil American-hating human being. I hate this woman. I can't stand her. Get her gone. Get her out. We'll see what happens. So, awful. Absolutely awful. Shaky Owen says basketball was created at a woman's physical rehab center. Therefore, it's a woman's sport. I'll pass. Tulsi Road Gabber says, go to it and thank me later. Fast forward to 2010 mark, dumbass. Well, what is it? Like, I'm not going to go to everybody. Like, you got to tell me what it's in reference to. Dynamic says women's beach volleyball is goated. It is pretty good. I'm not going to argue with you on that. Benjamin says all about the Benjamin's tax. Thank you. Appreciate that. Shit, I'm 24 minutes late for Timo, dude, says Corn Pop. What are you talking about, Corn Pop? Does anybody know what Corn Pop is talking about? I don't. Johnny Wizkid says there's a YouTube channel called Eating Mike Tyson's Ass. Okay. Reasons for low-hanging pants is they can dick bang. Thank you. Mod Eric says, little known fact, the pants low showing ass came from prison. It meant you were open for business. They're all major gay. Oh yeah, Tim Pool, that guy. I forgot that Tim Pool existed. I covered Tim Pool a little bit the past week. And then I got bored with it. I was watching some of the stuff from Tim and I was like, okay, this is interesting. This is interesting. And then I got really, really bored with it really quickly. So I stopped watching. Like a lot of people have. I don't know. I don't know what Tim's angle is. By the way, I heard this report. I don't know if this is legit or not. This was a thing going around. But so I don't pay attention to the Tate brothers at all. I find them to be incredibly annoying. I have them muted on social media. And not just them. I mean, like I have their names muted and everything, but apparently court filings have exposed them for not owning their own vehicles. And I mean, I don't know if it's true or not, but like everybody's saying, like he doesn't own his Bugatti and he's renting it. Like I do know that this is a thing that rich people do where they don't own, like they don't directly own a lot of their assets. They funnel it through other companies. I have no idea if Tate is literally rich or if he just pretends to be rich. He comes off like a professional wrestler to me. So I have no idea, but I have seen that report going around and I would probably believe that Andrew Tate does own his own vehicles, like just not directly under his actual name. He probably has it funneled through other companies or something like that. But Rich and those, let's see, Rich and those you stay rich or in debt. I don't know what you're saying, Arclight199. I have no idea. His LLC owns the cars. Yes, I mean that makes a lot of sense. But the thing with Andrew Tate is that people are just so they're just so focused on their own view of whatever they want him to be that they just run with whatever narrative is out there. And that's one of the most annoying things about Andrew Tate is that there's nobody can be objective about the guy at all. There's either the people that love the guy and worship him or the people that hate him and think everything negative about the guy. And that's why I just was like, I'm muting this shit. I'm sick and tired of hearing about this fucking guy. But I did want to watch this clip real quick. I don't know who this guy is, but I saw this clip. So let's see what he has to say.
The Tate brothers, apparently, according to their lawyer right here, have been renting their Bugattis, their cars. And a lot of people are running around and saying, oh, see, it was all rented. Ha, 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 ha. And, you know, it's so funny how people literally believe this. I mean, I don't know what their lawyer is doing, but maybe something, I don't know what. But, you know, renting a Chiron pure sport, whatever you call it, Bugatti, how Tate would say it. You know, the car is worth about, what, $5-6 million to rent one. Even if you're going to be lucky, this is going to cost you anywhere from $35,000 to $50,000 a day.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too. When I heard this, that's what stuck out to me because I was like, it makes no sense for somebody to rent a car. If you're saying that they're renting their cars and that proves that they're not rich, I'm like, them renting cars like this and keeping them every day would prove that they're even more rich than you assumed. Do people understand how people are so retarded online? I swear to God. Like, Tate is renting his Bugatti for every day. And it's like, then that means he's even more rich than you thought he was. It doesn't prove anything, you bunch of fucking retards.
And so they've had it for, what, 4 years? That's $40 million in rent, you morons.
Yeah, exactly.
And no rental company is going to allow you to put your last name or your last name on a headrest is what they have. And here's the picture, by the way. So it's all nonsense. And people believe in this shit. And you know why that is? It's just a good proof why people are poor. They see something, they are like, I need a reason to diminish somebody's fucking success and accomplishment because I'm such a useless piece of shit. So I might as well diminish them with whatever chance I get. Who needs common sense? Who needs any constructive thinking? Oh no, we are too good for that.
I mean, welcome to the internet. But anyway, the reason I saw this is because so many people were reacting to it. And again, when Tate news hits my feed, it must be going mega viral because, like I said, not only do I have the Tate brothers muted, just their accounts, I have their names muted as well. So I don't have to hear all the bullshit around the Tate brothers. I'm so tired of hearing about them. I'm so tired of hearing the conversations. But the stupidity around this, and to be clear, I don't know if he owns them or if he's renting them or not. But when I saw people going, ha, 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 Andrew Tate doesn't even own all of his sports cars. He's just renting them. And I'm thinking to myself, what is that? How is that an own? That would mean the dude has even more money than you thought that he did. If he can afford to just rent expensive fucking cars, which doesn't make sense to me at all. So my theory was they probably are funneling this through different companies so that they don't have any direct ownership. And rich people and big companies do this all the time. It's because you don't want to have assets when somebody tries to sue you. It's to protect you from other people trying to go after your own assets. It's very common practice. And it just shows you how many retarded people are on the internet talking about shit that they don't know anything about. Anyway, there you go. There's your latest Andrew Tate update, which never happens on this channel. But that story in particular, I was like, I need to talk about this because people are stupid. Ryan Miller says, if Trump deports Omar, the meltdowns from the media, Democrats, and leftists will be another level, and they'll go into a frenzy beyond belief. And I will be here for it. I will be here for it if that happens. It will be great. I don't know what this is, but I got to react to it now. It just hit my feed. Gary, Indiana, mayor says his city is 100% being neglected because it's predominantly a black city after going 13 days without power. What? Okay.
This is, to me, it feels like neglect. Do you think that some of that neglect comes from or is happening, if you feel that way? It may be in part because Gary is a black working class city.
100%. I believe that a couple things are at play here. During the middle of the restoration process, the utility company, and full transparency, 15 years, I worked for that company, so I know about the process. They were releasing the updates of restoration. And Gary was not listed on that restoration list. Gary is the largest geographic footprint of a city that we have, not population-wise, but geographic footprint.
I've got a theory. I know this is a crazy theory. Okay, this is a little bit crazy. Okay, so I'm just looking at some data. Okay. And if I'm looking at the data, Gary, Indiana ranks among the more dangerous mid-sized cities in the United States. Historically staying safer than about 4% of U.S. cities. So, like, that's not good. Okay. Like, what do we talk? So, but you're saying it's racism? What? Wait about it's up one more time.
This is, to me, it feels like neglect. Do you think that some of that neglect comes from or is happening, if you feel that way? It may be in part because Gary is a black working class city.
100%. I believe that a couple things are at play here. During the middle of the restoration process, the utility company, and full transparency, 15 years, I worked for that company, so I know about the process. They were releasing the updates of restoration. And Gary was not listed on that restoration list. Gary is the largest geographic footprint of a city that we have, not population-wise, but geographic footprint. And that was the moment that the extreme frustration came out from the public, because it would appear that we're being forgotten when you don't list out the actual restoration time frame. So that's where all of the mayhem really started.
Jimmy Collins in the chat says, hang on, where did it go? He's like, I live like an hour and a half away from Gary. That place sucks. I haven't heard great things. But it must just be racism. That must be the problem. It's just the racism. Good Lord, man. Let's see. Tulsi Road Gabber says, Sophie Cunningham latest dance video. Oh, okay. All right. I'm sure the chat would enjoy that. Daniel Moore Business 199 says, update. She doesn't understand things anymore and isn't expected to live another day. Funeral will be in a few days. Thanks so much for the prayers. So sorry to hear that, brother. I know you were talking to us about it Saturday when I streamed. So prayers up for you and your family. And thanks for keeping us updated. And the chat will continue to offer well wishes as we always do. So thanks for the info. Sorry, it's not better info, but yeah, man, that's a tough one. Madney says power linemen don't want to be shot. I heard that linemen were shot at. That tracks. Eric K says Gary has a history of shooting at linemen. There you go. And yet, why on earth are people not wanting to go there? It's amazing how that works. What is that right there? No way. No. Oh, I haven't seen this yet, but JB Pritzker Aura Farms. No. Oh no. Oh no. Why? Why do they think that this is okay? The last time a fat politician thought that this was a good idea, we got one of the cringiest moments in history. This one right here.
Camera right now tell you, Donald, I know you're watching. You can't help yourself. I know you're watching, okay? And you're not here tonight, not because of polls and not because of your indictments. You're not here tonight because you're afraid of being on the stage and defending your record. You're ducking these things. And let me tell you what's going to happen. You keep doing that, no one up here is going to call you Donald Trump anymore. We're going to call you Donald Duck.
Ah! There's so much wrong with this. Oh, what's worse? What's worse? It's from his own Twitter account. He called it Governor Maxing. Oh, no. He called it Governor Maxing. With this context now we have to watch it with the context to know that he uploaded this to Twitter with Governor Maxing. Oh my God, that hurts. I cannot believe how bad that was. I mean, that is impressively bad. Who told him this was a good idea? Who said, Mr. Governor, we got a great idea for you on social media. This will really make you look cool. This will really make you look cool, sir. Good God. Yikes. Daniel Moore with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Daniel Moore. Hail to you, brother. Thank you so much. I also saw this one really quick. Lawyer says that he has had multiple male clients tell him that they're concerned their baby mamas will be inspired by Lindsay Clancy and harm their kids. Holy shit.
100%. I've already been.
I wasn't prepared for that voice, but okay. Holy crap. All right.
100%. I've already been consulting with some men in custody cases where their baby mama has been doing the solidarity hold the heart thing with the Lindsay Clancy stuff. And he's like, hey, this woman's got all kinds of former depressive issues. She's had self-harm issues. This now is evidence and validation that I have of that fact. Concern based upon, prior allegations with no evidence, but allegations of hitting the kids. And so, yeah, we're going to go and swing for the fences, and we're going to try to strip this woman from having visitation rights. I want to be able to have a forensic psychiatrist interview this woman, just see just how wackadoodle she is. And we're going to use her TikTok posts.
Yeah, I mean, I think that look, I don't live in a world where I have to worry about, my family members and the women in my life being psychos, no more than normal. Because I know they're all crazy, but I don't have to worry about it to this level. Women in general are all crazy in some capacity. So that let's get just off rip. Like any guy that's ever been with any woman for any significant amount of time, they're all crazy to some extent. Some just worse than others. And that's just, it is what it is. No disrespect. Women are great, but they're crazy. But I sympathize for any men that are potentially like seriously wondering if their kids are safe with their baby mama. That's crazy, dude. The Bella Stella for $36.99. I don't know how much that is, but thank you. Says that's just called blob maxing. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Bella Stella. Hail to you. Daniel Moore says JB looks like African Drew Reagan from memory. That's very true. Very true. They are not safe is the problem. What? Like in general? I mean, I don't think women are like psychos in general. But if you're with a woman who is sympathetic to this crazy bitch, I mean, I'm not in the business of giving people relationship advice or life advice or anything like that. I'm not in that business, never have. But I would just say common sense would tell you that if you are with a woman who is sympathetic to this crazy bitch, that should tell you everything you need to know. That's all I'm saying. So, but, do whatever. Do whatever. By the way, 3 years apart. This happened 3 years ago today. Holy crap. That is insane. Time flies, man. And again, I've brought this up before. I don't know if it's because I'm on the internet. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older. But time moves at a very concerning speed for me. 3 years since this moment is fucking crazy. Now that's aura farming. Yes, indeed. 100%. Time does fly. I think to me, it feels like the internet is why time flies. I mean, that's the only thing I can think, because we don't take the time to let anything simmer anymore. Like everything is just like rapid pace, man. Move to the next thing, move to the next thing, move to the next thing, focus on this, focus on that. And we just never take the time to let things cook. It's just move to the next story, move to the next thing that is got people talking and all of that. And I kind of fucking hate it, but it's the internet and that's just how it's going to be. I would love to get to a point where, you know, Geeks and Gamers as a company could maybe sustain actually doing things a little bit differently than what the internet template is. I would love to get to that point because I personally, like, I've been doing the internet algorithm shit for so long that I am just so burnt out on it. I'm so burnt out on like worrying about what the next thing is to focus in on. That's why I stopped making videos for Geeks and Gamers for the longest. I'm back to making them right now. At least for now I am. I'm very interested in the GTA 6 leaks because it's funny. And it's just a huge story, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with GTA 6. But there's other things that I want to talk about, but they're not really algorithm friendly, and I'm personally not even going to worry about that shit. I mean, if I get 1,000 views on a fucking video, I don't care. If it's something I want to talk about, I'll just talk about it, and we'll let, you know, the chips fall where they may. But that's just the nature of this entire online sphere, is everybody moves to the next story. And so we just lose sight of, it's just like anything else. The easy way to do a comparison is if you drive down the interstate at, you know, 75, 80 miles an hour, you're not going to see anything. You know, you're just flying down the interstate. You drive down that same interstate. Now, obviously, legally you can't, but if you were to drive down that same interstate at 20 miles an hour, think about all the shit you would see that you would not have seen otherwise. Think about all the stuff you're passing. Think about all the little things that you would pick up on. That's what we're doing. We're driving 75 miles an hour every fucking day on the internet, and we're just zooming past shit. We don't think about it. We don't care about it. Here today, gone tomorrow, we move on. And here 3 years later, we're thinking, holy shit, it's been 3 years since the Trump mugshot? It's been 3 years? It's been 3 years. So, drive 80 using FSD and you'll see shit. I made a big mistake recently. I made a huge mistake. To your point. To your point right here. I made a massive mistake. So when I drive a lot, and hiring Beardo. No, so I made a big mistake because when I went to Vegas, I rented a vehicle. And normally I rent SUVs or trucks because, you know, I like, you know, SUVs and trucks. And so I decided to do something completely different on my Vegas trip. And I rented a Mercedes, it was a base model Mercedes. It wasn't anything overly fancy. I hated every second of it. And I had to drive from Florida to Vegas, and I was miserable in this fucking car. I hated every minute in this car. I hated everything about it. So when I got home, someone had recommended, they're like, you should drive a Tesla. And I'm like, I'm not driving a fucking Tesla. I want nothing to do. Like, I love Elon. I'm not an EV guy. I drove a Tesla with FSD. Absolutely insane. Like, absolutely mind-blowing. There's the world before driving a Tesla with FSD, and it's before and after. So, whatever. It was awesome. Okay. Then someone else recommended you should try a Cybertruck. And I'm like, Cybertruck's too loud. Friend of mine had a connection. He was like, hey, I know somebody will let you drive their Cybertruck. Go drive the Cybertruck, and it's so fucking awesome. The Cybertruck is the coolest thing I have ever driven in my life. I have never in my life driven anything like a Cybertruck. It's so fucking crazy. So when I say FSD, that's full self-driving, by the way, for those that don't know. That's full self-driving. Certain, like, I rent a lot of cars off like an app called Turo, and a lot of Teslas don't have the full self-driving enabled. So you have to specifically look for them. The Cybertruck is the craziest vehicle I've ever driven in my life. So now I'm like wanting to get rid of like all of my vehicles just so I can get a fucking Cybertruck. And I can't. It's too crazy. So I'm having to pull back from those ideas and go, you're in no position to get a Cybertruck. So I can't. I want one, but I can't do it. So I am not in a position to do so. Taker says, if you want, Trump is Zelda shorts. Oh, Trump Zelda short, like a short on YouTube, because the link is not working, Taker. The link is not working. However, I understand the Tesla craze now. I totally get it. And now I just have to, like a loser, have to drive myself everywhere still. Dan, I will say one thing about driving the Tesla, though, is when I had self-driving on, and the thing about it is I know some people just don't. I'm always going to pay attention to everything I do. And I'm always aware, because like the Tesla has like all these cameras and all of this stuff where you can see everything. I was in self-driving mode, and it was driving me around like a shopping center. And the Tesla tried to take me down a do not enter section. And I was like, I had to grab the wheel and correct it, because it was just going down a wrong direction. So from my experience, you still have to pay attention to an extent, but, and I do, I'm always going to pay attention. But yeah, I had to take the wheel, because I was like, you can't go down that, direction. You can't do that. But I don't know if that's a software update or whatever, but, let me see. Drew Bar says Cybertruck tax. It's not like I'm years away. Cybertruck tax, years away from a Cybertruck, unfortunately, but it is great. It's awesome. Dan Campbell says, never give in, never give in, never, 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 never in nothing, great or small, large or petty, never give in except to convictions and honor and good sense. Churchill. Thank you, Dan Campbell. Hail to you, brother. Dracon 199 says, why don't you do uncensored Rumble exclusive videos? Rumble's algorithm is really not beneficial. Rumble has no algorithm. So I'm not against it or anything, but yeah, there's no algorithm over there. So so there's like, it's just going to go out to like, 20 people. The same 20 people are going to watch it, and Rumble, like, I like Rumble. They're doing a lot of good things, but they still just have their favorites. You know what I mean? Dynamic says Model Y tax. That's the one that I drove the Model Y, and it was great. And by the way, I have a very, very, very badass Mustang. 5.0 Coyote engine, all of that. Okay. This Tesla will smoke any sports car I have ever driven. It's crazy. It's obvious. It's electric, it makes my Mustang looks like it's sitting still. It's crazy. It's insane. Cash Kester says Jeremy is a big tax. Thank you. AJ says streamer has a Cybertruck operator license. Evil Black Cat says Cybertruck FSD 70K, but a 66 Shelby Cobra 73K. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy a Shelby Cobra anytime soon. That's for sure. But for what I do, for me, because I drive everywhere, I can make it like I would have to sell every vehicle I own to justify it, but I could make it a business purchase to get the Cybertruck. But it would be because of what I do. But it ain't happening no time soon, unfortunately. Can you drive an EV coast to coast? Yeah. Yeah. That was the thing when I was in it, is I noticed, so you have like, that was my concern about like driving a Tesla, is I was like, well, what about charging and all of that? Dude, like, it's so fucking simple. You tell it where to go and it goes. you pull up a map of all of the charging stations, and it tells you how many are available. You just type it in on the iPad, and it takes you right to it. It's fucking crazy, dude. So Kevin Spears says my toy is a 94 Cobra, badass body style, 60K original miles, non-stock. My Hyundai inline could beat it. So you got a 94 Cobra. That's pretty badass. That's pretty badass. I love that body style. Graptar Sammer says, anybody ever think Jeremy looks like Temu Spencer Pratt? Great vid from him. I like Spencer Pratt. He's a good dude. Where's my Zootopia 3? I bet Zootopia 3 will be a $2 billion film. I mean, honestly, I never imagined Zootopia 2 would be a $1.8 billion film or whatever it is, 1.9. So with China giving Zootopia like $600 million? I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to bet against Zootopia 3 when it comes out. Not going to do it. Use some of that G&G money, you cheap bastard. G&G money goes back into G&G, man. Like, I don't just blow all this shit. It's all goes back into it. So I love what we got, and I want to keep growing what we have and not worry about things like blowing it on toys and shit. That's why if I did it, I would have to sell all my shit, which I might do. So I might do it. Jeremy is a responsible grifter. I try. Right here, first on Fox, ICE arrest 1,300 illegal immigrants across Virginia and Maryland in a sweeping 14-day enforcement operation in the D.C. region, which federal resources describe as one of the agency's most successful operations to date. Nearly 400 of the arrests have criminal convictions or pending charges. According to ICE, the operation also nets alleged members of the MS-13 Trinidad Aragua and the 18th Street Gang. So essentially what has happened here, let me translate what has happened. Lives were saved right here. American lives were saved right here. And we need to see more of this, because a lot of American lives were just saved right there. Get him. Beat his ass.
You ain't going anywhere, Poppy. You got him. I'm assistant, sir.
Kick his ass, Seabass. I want to remind you that Democrats have sympathy for these fucking criminals. They absolutely do. It's disgusting. The Sandman says, wrap the Cybertruck in Geeks and Gamers green. You know what's funny is I do love the Cybertruck. It's absolutely fantastic. I do not like the color. I don't like that stainless steel. I think it's ugly as fuck. So if and when I get one, whenever that is, years from now, but it will be a black wrap on it, because I think that stainless steel is ugly as shit. Alex Aerocave says, Jer L. Cobra's Cybertruck Odyssey meta PC code 199. Let's fucking go. That's what I'm talking about. I'll start a GoFundMe for my my Cybertruck Odyssey. Yeah, I don't like the color of the Cybertruck though. Beastie Man says G&G money tax. Here you go, you fig. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. John Murdoch, buy me a fucking Cybertruck, man. What the fuck are we doing around here? I still got your super chat. But John, John, here's the deal. Just don't ever send me another super chat and buy me a fucking Cybertruck and I'll be happy, okay? No more super chats. Just buy me a Cybertruck and I'll be happy. Can we do that? Can we make that deal? Okay? I like that. I think you know what? I'm okay with that. I like that idea. So Zero says, when's the next Welcome to the Internet with Krista and Pals? So I looked at the comment section and I agreed with what the comment sections were saying. I think like once a month is probably the best idea for that. It'll be probably on a Thursday, but I don't have an actual date lined up yet. I got to get with everybody and make sure it works with their schedule. But yeah, I think that I'll start saving, says John. You guys are crazy. No, but yeah, I think once a month is a good, we don't want to overcook anything. So once a month is a good kind of starting point. And if it takes off, we'll continue it. But we had fun with it. But once a week is probably a little overkill for what we're trying to do. Emmanuel Roy says Cybertruck tax. So and another thing too with the self-driving, I can live stream every road trip, no problem. Like no problem at all. I can just live stream. I can live stream every fucking where I go. You make that deal, that's a damn good deal. John will do it. He's already saving up for it, man. So we're good now. So Cybertruck video. Let's see. After Extra Emily, you might not be able to live stream the trip. Well, that's listen, here, the difference in Extra Emily and me is that she's a woman and I know how to drive, okay? Simple as that. By Hambly's Cybertruck. Does he have one? Cybertruck or Cyber Beast? I was when I was at the place talking to them, the Cyber Beast is got a lot more perks to it, but the Cybertruck Premium was what I thought would work best. There's 3 layers to it. There's the base model Cybertruck, there's the Premium, and then there's a Cyber Beast. I don't really need a Cyber Beast. That's like $20,000 more dollars. So the Cybertruck Premium was the one that was best fit for me. Taker says, can't put YouTube URL in supers. I guess so after the main YouTube URL shorts. Okay. So you want me to react to Trump? Let's see, Trump. I'm gonna look it up, Taker. This one.
When Gerudo Valley sends its people, they're not sending their best. I don't like him at all. These are not good guys. They're rough guys. They are very nasty. We love our great fairy, don't we, Link? She loves Trump. She told me, Trump, I love you so much, and I'm a fairy. And I said, okay. Ganondorf died like a dog. He was the founder and leader of the most ruthless terrorist organization anywhere, ever. Skull Kid is a great guy. He's just a kid, but he's really tremendous. He has magical abilities. He's fantastic. No, it's a beautiful property. I just think it would be more beautiful with 500 Trump Triforce condos, that's all. The Strait of Hyrule is wide open. We've made a deal with the Deku Kingdom that we're quite happy with. But if they poison the waters, we will kill every last Deku, and they know that.
Dude, there will never, ever, ever in our lifetime be another character like Trump. It just won't happen. It's impossible. He's so memeable. I've shown you this one before, but this one right here.
I was told these docks are very dire. But you know what else is dire? The state of this great nation, the Mushroom Kingdom. To be honest, this is a shithole country, Mario. Look at this place. These are not good people. You know what we should call this place? Mario Lago. Mario Lago. Do you like that? Mario Lago.
Trump and Skyrim. Hang on.
You're finally awake. Let me tell you something. They have treated me so bad. They have treated me very unfairly, and quite frankly, it's a disgrace. Listen, Dragonborn, the Imperials are very strong. Very strong. The Empire is very strong here. I have fought mud crabs more fearsome than some of these Stormcloaks. They are so bad. Let me tell you something. This guy, he used to be an adventurer like you. He took an arrow to the knee. Isn't that something? The High Elves are a great people. They are beautiful, tall people. They know a lot about real estate. And the Stormcloaks are just pathetic. These Dark Elves are not good people. A lot of them are criminals. Morrowind is a total shithole, if I'm being honest with you. Donald has wares if you have coin. People ask Donald if he has wares, and he says yes. But in order to make a deal with Donald, you have to bring coins. The Giants love Trump. I asked him who he was going to vote for, and he said Trump all the way.
Trump all the way. I mean, just so good, man. It's insane. It really is. That's our president right there. That's our great president. Let's see. Thank you, Taker. Appreciate it. Movie Erotic says, can Hamley ever gain redemption? Serious question. That's a tough one, man. I think everybody can get a redemption, but it really comes down to self-awareness. Self-awareness is the single most important thing to have on the internet. And, you know, I think that the quartering just became so successful with his subscribers and the numbers, and he got so used to people kissing up to him that I don't think he lives in reality anymore. I think that he lives in a place where he thinks everybody else is wrong for being mad at him. And until he's able to come to grips with that reality, I don't think that there's going to be anything remotely close to a redemption. Could it happen down the road? Yes. But the first step is to recognize that you're the one that was wrong. And I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. And so, yeah, I mean, look, man, people on YouTube get really fucking like just the YouTube sphere overall. Like, this is why I'm so happy to be friends with the people that I'm friends with, you know, the Gary and Drinker and Ryan and, you know, my F&T crowd and Geeks and Gamers, Open Bar, like, you know, all these guys. These are like legitimately good dudes. Mahler, all these guys. They're just awesome people. Whether we agree on shit or disagree is fucking irrelevant, but like, they're just good guys. But YouTube, there's so many fucking frauds on this platform. And the more subscribers they get and the more views they get, the more they think that they are like some like big fucking deal because you get a bunch of views. It's really strange. And so that's why I have limited my inner circle in the last several years, because there's just so many people that are just so caught up in their own shit. And there's a lot of jealousy. There's a lot of envy. And there's a lot of bitterness and all of that shit. And so, you know, I just, I try to limit who I am, you know, connected to on this platform anymore. It's the internet in whole. It's just, it's the way it is. Basically, the internet is just a giant fucking high school. That's what it is. It's just a giant high school group chat is what it is. And you have the cool kids, you have the nerds, you have the jocks, you have the mean girls, you have the, you know, the pretty girls that think that they're better than everybody. You have the ugly bitches that nobody talks to. Like, that's what it is. That's what the internet is. It's just one giant high school for the fucking world. So, Mod Eric says, yay, more Jeremy streaming. Hope he does not realize is a tax write-off if he streams it from it or uses it for business. No, not at all. Like Ben. Little Jim's Halo says, will you cover Gamescom tomorrow? I didn't even know much about it. So is that happening tomorrow? If it's something we can cover on Tuesday's main event, absolutely. But I wasn't even familiar with it. So when is Gamescom? Let's see. Gamescom 2026 is. It says it's Wednesday. It's happening on Wednesday, not tomorrow. Or so through Wednesday through Sunday. So at least that's the dates that I'm seeing. So the 26th through the 30th. Is Jeremy the Mean Girl or Drama Queen? Probably equal. Probably equal, I would say. Let me see. I'm looking to make sure. So yeah, I mean, we will probably cover this just well, so it starts in 16 hours. So okay, you're right. So 16 hours. Where is Gamescom this year? Where's the location? That's a really weird. Let's see, what time is it starting? Let's see. Location. Oh, Germany? Is that right? Okay. Yes, it is. Okay, it's in Germany. All right, there we go. Yeah, we will cover it. We will cover it on Geeks and Gamers. And I do have I have another GTA 6 video dropping tonight on the main channel. So we're going to wrap it up there. Thank you all so much. Really appreciate it. Videos on the main channel. Also, do you guys want me to start making videos for this channel? I don't know if anybody will watch them. D-Day Cobra 2 is doing very well. So obviously that won't upset anything over there because Danky clips out everything. But I could start making, small form content on this channel as well. If you guys are open to that. So I it'll be hard to get it back in the algorithm, but at the same time, I just want to make small form content again and get the channel growing again. So, all right. Lots of people say yes. So make sure you go check out, I'm about to launch this GTA video right now. Okay. It's actually a pretty funny one. So I'm going to drop this. Rockstar sends investigators to Reddit user house. Boom. Okay. Main Geeks and Gamers channel. Go over there. Check it out. John freaking Murdoch is buying me a cyber truck. I can't believe it. It's amazing. Just kidding. But thank you all. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good evening, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.